instead of being one side hot, one side cold. So it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be a complete game. But appreciate the way those kids fought. We still missed some stuff. We got a long way to go. We got to keep working there. But the offense does too.
How happy were you with just running game? I mean, 371 yards worked so well on this side.
You know, and the first game probably that we really kind of got, you know, we weren't great on third downs. We did convert 2 fourth downs. Of course, I think they count those couple at the end of the games where you're really trying to run the clock out before the first half. It's a third down non-conversion, so it shows how stats can be skewed. So I think technically we ended up 6 of 9 in conversions. So we didn't have a lot of good first and second down plays, which was good. It's probably the first game we got Trey and Nate kind of playing in and out a little. Where it's kind of been you're kind of in, or you're kind of in, or you're kind of hot, or you're kind of not. It's the first game we've had those guys kind of flowing a little bit, and I think it's because again we were able to keep some drives alive and extend some drives and get some plays. So, you know, that being said, I think Trey's play helped that a little bit. The line's getting better. We got three starting linemen out: the right tackle, right guard, and right center, and you know, a bunch of yards for our team. So I think it says a lot about the depth. Year 3, you know, we got Wes Rogers here for a couple years now, Jacob Bailey a couple years, Bernard Taylor 3. You know, we're just, you know, our strength program, we're not perfect, but we're just getting more depth, and that's where we're not there on defense yet. That's why I still think it takes some time in our recruiting development, because our offense can withstand is getting now strong enough to withstand some hits, because we're not perfect now. We got some guys out, but some guys can step up. Defensively, we're not there yet. So I think the offensive performance in the run game shows, as much as anything, playing those freshmen 3 years ago and guys maturing, and there's a little bit more maturity on offense.
Can you talk about the drive that you're trailing 28-21 and you decide to go for it on 4th and 1 at your own 34? Just, I mean, you must have had a lot of confidence in your running game at that point.
I don't know about that as much as I just thought they had scored back-to-back and we couldn't give it to them. And it wasn't a pretty play either. So great effort by Troy. So that's one of those little 1-yard plays. It's probably a lot of value that game because, you know, our guys have weathered some storms, but that could have been, you know, a pretty big play there. So, you know, we're not a phenomenal, overpowering team, even though we ran the ball okay. I think our spread and our pass sets up the run, and that's, in a perfect course, what you're trying to get to. When you watch some of these teams, you know, watching Baylor play the other night, I mean, they're 13-26 stolen, but they light up because, again, they're, you know, the spread game is spacing out, and now the run game can go. So, in a perfect world, you know, we're not there, but we're getting there, and that was a huge play. The one you're talking about, Terry, that was a big play.
Coach, another big game from Buddy Latimer, our receiver, just kind of talk about his development and how he's been playing the last several weeks.
Yeah, and again, sometimes we're doing mirrored things. I think the guy maybe gave him a little bit more cushion, so we hit him on some underneath and some short things. And then they pressed him up. He did make the one big play at the top. I think the one really good drive, we came out and kind of popped the run, popped the fast one, and then hit him on a fast shot and made a nice final post play there. So quality player. I think he's got a chance to be a great player. Because if we can do this thing right and keep developing him, I think he can be a top-notch guy. And I think, you know, and I'm talking about moving on, you know, from here to the next deal. And so I'm excited. He's a third-year guy, and what he brings. But I'm really excited about the potential to see how far we can take him, because I think he can be a lights-out kind of guy.
How good is the connection between him and Nate right now? I mean, it just seems like they really kind of get each other right now, him and Seth.
Yeah, I think Nate's the same with, you know, he overshot Kofi on a fade ball with the wind. He just kind of overthrew it. I think, you know, I think Nate was 15-19.5, except for the one throw. And he just kind of messed up on the one throw that he threw a pick on. I think Nate and Trey would say they got a pretty good feel with all of them. I mean, nothing like, hey, he and Cody are that much more in sync. We do, again, year-round, a lot of routes on air, a lot of one-on-one time. You get a feel for each other. And I think it's, again, a credit to year 2 and year 3 of throwing those balls over and over in rhythm and time and where to put it and the trust factor.
Coach, it looked like